Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Recently, Kyrie Irving was traded to the Dallas Mavericks, and they caught up with him to discuss the trade and why he wanted it. Some sports analysts said that him requesting a trade was idiotic until he saw the many offers that were received and the amount of money that was attached to them. Then he switched up, and we all know I'm talking about Stephen A. Smith. Well, Kyrie Irving talked about why he wanted to leave, and I'm going to play that based on fair use, and I'll follow up with my commentary.
Reactions to being a Maverick?
Super excited and grateful for the opportunity. Really feel wanted, and I know that they had to give up some pieces for me to get here, so I don't take that for granted. Shout out to Mr. Cuban, shout out to the whole entire front office of the Dallas organization. I've been here for about 48 hours or a little bit more than that, and it's been nothing but a warm embrace and nothing but genuine love. So I'm just taking it 1 minute at a time and just focus on what I can control, which is how I prepare, and just coming in every single day and being consistent.
There's been a lot of reporting, obviously, about what led up to you wanting to leave Brooklyn, but can you put it into your own words what happened?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use this opportunity to just talk about the business that we're in. It's as a player, it's very emotional because you build lifelong relationships and you want to hold on to them. And it's a brotherhood, it's a sisterhood. We all love each other in unconditional ways when we want to see each other do well. So, the reporting and the journalism that was going to come out of why I left, I knew that was going to be speculation. But for me personally, just sitting in the seat today, I just know I want to be places where I'm celebrated and not just tolerated or just kind of dealt with in a way that doesn't make me feel respected. And there were times throughout this process when I was in Brooklyn where I felt very disrespected, and my talent. I work extremely hard at what I do. No one ever talks about my work ethic, though. Everyone talks about what I'm doing off the floor. So I just want to change that narrative, write my own story, and just continue to prepare in the gym. And now that I'm in Dallas, just focus on what I can control, like I said. And I'm always going to be close with those guys in Brooklyn, just like I'm close with the guys in Boston, just like I'm close to the guys in Cleveland. It is a team competitive sport, but we care about each other's families way more off the court. So I know the relationships will extend off. I'm just focused on preparing to win. I think that's another day where I could really go into detail about it. I'm not the person to really speak on names and go to someone behind their back and try to leak stuff to the media. That's never been me. Now, I've been an audience member of watching people say things about me that ultimately just fall off my shoulder. I'm really in a place that I'm grateful that I got to grow into over the last year and a half, 2 years. Spending time away from the basketball court gave me time to really appreciate life in a new way. And I just know I need healthy boundaries, especially in this entertainment business. There's a lot of disrespect that goes on with people's families, with their names, and I'm just not with it. So it's not personal against any of those guys against in the front office. It's just what I'm willing to accept. And I took a chance, and luckily and fortunately, the Dallas Mavericks picked me up. So it's just all what I can control.
From your perspective, how would you sift through what was the fact and fiction that led to where you are now?
We could sit here all day, man. I think we probably could go through the timeline of all the reports since I first came into Brooklyn. But the greatest lesson I could share with you that I learned from signing in Brooklyn for free agency is I wish I would have got to know the people that were behind the organization. I went in there and was just a kid with a dream on my mind with KD, and we wanted to bring a championship to a young organization. They were only around for 6 years. I grew up a New Jersey Nets fan. It's in my blood. I cheer for them. But when things start to change and you're not getting transparency and honesty from people in the front office or people around you, I don't know what person feels comfortable or confident in that type of environment. And again, I don't want to go into too many details because it's water under the bridge now. Like, I wish them well. I left them in 4th place. I did what I was supposed to do, took care of my teammates, was incredibly selfless in my approach to leading. And I just wanted to do all the right things for myself, not to appease anybody that had something negative to say about me or they judge me. This basketball game, it's fun, and I want to keep it that way. I want to stay competitive and just work hard. So.
What did KD say when you talked to him?
I mean, obviously he wished things could have gone differently. You know, we came together in about 2018, 19, kind of when that finals happened, and we weren't coming together to plan what team we were going to, but we just had goals together, and it wasn't just as a duo. We were seeing ourselves as savants in the culture that we wanted to teach the youngins, and if we got some young guys that were willing to sacrifice and buy into what we got going on, then we were going to flourish, we felt. But it just didn't work out, and we still remain brothers. But it is a business at the end of the day, as we always say, and I got to look out for my family, and ultimately I want to be at peace every time I come into work, rather than things hanging over my head or wondering what people think about me in the building, or whether or not a report's going to come out tomorrow that I don't talk to my teammates, which is untrue. And then, you know, I just felt like being in New York City, in the media capital of the world, there was so many things that leaked out that I didn't even know where they came from. And I'm answering things that I don't deserve, and ultimately I don't pay attention to that much. So I'm just grateful that I got to move on, and I'm here.
Well, that was Kyrie in his own words saying why he wanted the trade. It sounds like he didn't feel respected. He didn't get along with the front office. We've seen it all play out over social media and through the blog sites when he had that issue posting the link and big incident that was blown up. We saw the list of demands that Joe Tsai put out there for him to follow, which had even sports analysts coming out against it, saying that they thought it was too much. They were doing too much. Shannon Sharp even had to speak up. Even Stephen A. said the list was too much from Joe Tsai. So Kyrie just said he had enough of that, and he took a chance. And even though some people didn't think it was a wise move, he bet on himself and he won. He decided, you know what? I'm just going to take my talents elsewhere. I'm going to put myself on the market and see if anybody will pick me up. He's a very spiritual guy. So, you know, I'm sure there was a process he went through, and he likes to meditate and do things like that. So I'm sure he meditated on it, got his mind together, and decided this was the best thing. And hey, if nobody picks him up, maybe he was just going to retire at the end. Kyrie seems like that type of guy that he doesn't really sweat the small stuff. When it gets too stressful or too much, he'll just say, well, I'll move on to something else and see where God leads me, where the Most High takes me. And looks like it's taken his talents to Dallas at this particular point, but that remains to be seen if that's gonna be it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that him going to Dallas is going to be better for him ultimately, better for his game? Is he going to mesh with Luka? Let me know what you think, and make sure you hit that like button before you go. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you to those who have subscribed and those who remain subscribed through the whole change of the channel. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. And until next time, peace.